As I've mentioned before, I often start with a small piece because it's really easy and fast and it doesn't use much materials. And then I try to convert that to a larger piece. And then sometimes when I do that, it just loses something in the process. I'm more happy with my smaller items because they look a little bit more spontaneous, maybe is the best way to say it. Because I'm deciding how to do it. When I try to do a larger version, I'm basically copying, and I lose some of that excitement. So here's an example of one that turned out partway okay. I have some nice comments about this. At the gallery, where I had a show of about 14 items last month, this one got a lot of attention. In fact, a little kid came in and said, "I like that one best." But it didn't sell. And I think it might be, again, because, it's not as spontaneous as some of my smaller pieces, but maybe there's something else that you could offer me in terms of what I could do. I tend to get awfully tight, and I'd like to loosen up more, because being tight means you got to, noodle out every little detail. And it would be nicer for me to have broader strokes, but I'm just not sure how to get there. So does anybody can offer a suggestion, or Elma?
Maybe if you step back a little bit and you don't look at it from too close.
Yeah, okay.
You have one focal point, the triangle, right there on the,
Yeah.
that's where I go to immediately because it's really dark.
Yeah,
And maybe you might want to give that just a little texture.
okay.
And that, just add a little bit of maybe light, a couple spots on that.
Some highlights on the rocks, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe darker shadows would give more
A little
contrast.
bit, yeah.
That might call more
The
attention to
birds
that
are
area.
great, the sky.
This is fighting for attention because of the color.
It needs,
Sure.
it needs some light, some
Contrast.
reflection on the foliage.
Oh, okay. Even on the foliage.
Oh, yeah.
More light and dark, more shades and
Yeah.
darks. Okay.
And that may be your punch section where you just put in like maybe one red that's really going to stick out or something.
Yeah.
Or orange, just so that your eye doesn't go straight to the triangle. You have that flip
Yeah.
around where we go from the triangle down to the corner where the...
One thing I seem to be able to do pretty well is keep the eye within the picture frame. I've got this
Right.
shape coming through here,
Right.
the waves are here, then the rocks are up here, and the birds are there. So
Exactly.
it tends to do that. All right. Now that you've seen that, I liked it when I was doing it, and a couple of people said something okay about it, but I didn't have at the gallery. I never saw anybody pause and really look at it. They just went right by, just glanced at it and kept going. So I don't know what's lacking here. Again, I'm trying to create a circle of interest so their eye doesn't shoot off the page. Helma made a mention of maybe my horizons are a little too high or too close to the center of the page. Maybe they were higher or lower.
Maybe footsteps,
You make it
maybe
too high.
sand footsteps going down.
Well, it has this.
There's some subtle shade here, but you're saying maybe some more interest in the sand.
No, I think that's pretty good.
I do too. I think that fence
I
pops
think
out.
it's great.
I think the green needs a little bit of
Yeah.
tones, different tones in it, yeah.
Which,
really
Both
both?
of them, both of
Some
them.
Both of them.
highlights.
Yeah.
Highlights.
So, again, contrast or just brighter color?
Maybe some light
Brighter,
green,
brighter.
some light green, couple light green textures in there, and I think that'll pop it too.
Yeah, Angelica?
Well, those two areas where they're saying they're all in the midtones, they don't have any contrast to highs or lows.
Yeah.
Nice,
So
okay,
you need
all
to
right.
work on those so they can pop out, or you can
All
actually
right,
pay
okay,
attention.
yeah, Helma?
Some highlights or sparkles.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or like green on the sea.
The fence.
All right.
I can see a little child with a little bucket right down at the end.
And down
Yeah,
here?
kind of right in there, because that's where they walk down and then they
Yeah.
sit down with their little bucket and a
Well,
shovel.
your eye kind of goes down here as if it's
Yes.
trying to lead to something, but there's nothing there.
Yeah,
Put a chair.
it needs movement right
Put
there.
a chair.
Put a chair,
Just a chair. Each chair.
A beach chair.
a beach chair, or an umbrella or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe an umbrella, and then I wouldn't have to worry about,
That would be cool, and
Yeah.
a real colorful umbrella.
that's a really great idea. Well, thank you very much. That's my session. Now, does anybody else want to come up here and do this?
Last year, I like doing close-up of animals' eyes because there's so many neat reflections in there. So this is a close-up of a zebra's eye. And this is all colored pencil. All of this is colored pencil. The background is oil pastel, and there's some oil pastel in there. So, I don't know, what do you all think? I mean, please give me critiques.
I like the reflection in the eyeball. That really pops it. And the detail of the eyelashes is very sweet.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I like the orange of the eye with the blue of the sky and the reflections. But then the greens that are around the outside don't kind of reinforce that anymore. All of a sudden now you've got a lot of greens and only a little bit of the thing that you've got that's most important. Maybe a different colored matte might
Okay.
be a big improvement.
What about cutting down the grain and putting more blue in here?
Well, I don't know, that corner to me looks
That's
fine.
Looks
Yeah.
fun.
I think maybe just a different matte might
Yeah.
make
Oh,
it
okay.
show better. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make that green stand out.
I actually titled it Safari Sunset.
Aw.
Yeah, that's
So-
great.
So, anybody else have any critique?
I like it very much because I feel the energy. I feel your energy you put into that and reflect.
I always like the eyes of animals because there's a soul in there, you know?
Energy.
And the reflections are so interesting to do. I'm working on a llama right now.
Do you work it from a picture?
It's a photograph,
It's a
yeah.
photograph.
I didn't go to Africa. No.
You go to
The zoo, no.
Go to San Diego.
Yeah.
They're very patient. It's beautiful.
Okay,
Well, thank you.
thank you.
They do.
Really good.
This is my first attempt at going outside and trying to paint, and then finding out I better get a camera. Too much there. And this is when they first opened the interior of the mission. You used to be able to go into the mission, only go in the cathedral, and they didn't have this open. And so I thought, well, that's beautiful, because you always see the front of the church and you never see the back or the inside.
Inside.
And so this is what I did, and it's kind of flat to me. It's, I think I need distance back here, I don't know. Something to push this part back from this part, I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know what to do.
You say this is your first one?
Yeah,
This is your first?
first outside one.
Outside,
Oh, outside.
that she painted outside, plein air.
Beautiful.
No, I didn't do plein air.
Oh.
I went out looking for something that was a little different. And I had never built or never painted a church. I've painted the ocean.
Maybe go darker in your shadows
Yeah.
and more contrast in the bell tower.
This part here, or this part?
That part right there.
Yeah, that was a very light area. But
What is that in the foreground? Is that a fountain?
this is a fountain with a pedestal of something that goes up, the water comes out, but they didn't have the water on. And this is also a drinking area where they could take water.
Yeah, I want to make that more pronounced.
Yeah, making the backgrounds darker around those
Yeah.
things might help a lot.
Back here
Give it some
darker.
depth.
Well, no, just behind those things that are the focal point, like the
Right
the
in here?
fountain. Well, the fountain that you pointed out and the water where people drink.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was
back in
thinking.
here, darker.
Yeah, my feeling was that if you put
I mean, it is.
darker around here and darker around here,
Okay.
Yeah.
then these things will pop forward.
Would that
The only other thing I'd suggest is maybe you could do something up here, like put some other flowers up in this area to kind of break up this rather long place.
It's like it's out in the middle of a desert kind of where they used to put plants in.
Yeah, but maybe just a hint of some things in front of it would break up this shape. Because
Yeah.
right now, this shape is maybe more important than it
Predominant,
should
huh?
be, yeah.
Yeah. How about
the further to the front, the clearer it should be, and the more contrast. And the further it's in the back, it goes a little bit more fuzzy.
You think maybe I should put clouds or something back there? Something to take it?
Maybe just go with a little deeper blue in that right corner where the sky is kind of slanting down.
Deeper blue?
Yeah, maybe a
Deeper
deeper
blue?
blue, yeah.
Right in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Helma was saying that, making things that are far away,
Yeah.
by calming them down a little bit in values, you might think about the far tower being just a little bit darker, not a whole lot, but then that would make the the closer tower look more important, and it would make it look jump
Okay,
in
then-
front of it.
Not equal color, but grayer?
Yeah, a little grayer
Okay.
than the far
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents here real quick. Honey, when I see this picture, it really hits my senses.
It's
I
beautiful.
mean, each and every one of us can see something different in somebody else's paintings, stuff like that. We can critique what kind of things, what we would see, what we would think that would be in there. But I love it. I love the use of your color. It
Yeah.
hits my senses and it says, boom. I love it because I love cathedrals and I love, the mission systems and such like that. But your use of color and everything, this is my opinion. And I think it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
really,
It's got a lot
really
going
do.
for it.
It's you. It's what you put down there. It's what you felt.
Yeah, but
And that's what it's all about.
Thank you, but I think I will do this with a little grayer, make it push back a little bit. Yeah.
Well, how about turning it upside down, and then you'll see if everything is balanced.
Good idea.
Oh, that's an idea. I never thought about doing that.
Oh, yeah. It's the same thing.
So I think there's a little bit overweight. Now it's on the right. And it needs some counterweight on the left.
I don't see it.
Maybe clouds.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
Maybe.
some clouds. Yeah, because it's, when you look at it upside down,
It looks good, huh?
It can be,
That's how I'm at
the
it.
bottom part would be too much in the bottom and not enough in the top.
Yeah.
But I still think it's beautiful.
I do too.
I really love that.
Nicely done.
Yeah,
Whether it's upside down or not, here we go.
that's pretty.
That's my iris in my yard.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that color in this.
Yeah.
Maybe I need more darkness in the
I was
contrast.
gonna say, because the irises are so white and light, maybe go a little deeper in the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah, maybe go just, left-hand, yeah. Maybe just that whole area go a little darker to make the white pop out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Good.
true.
But it's really pretty darn nice, right, as it is.
Yes, it is. It's very pretty.
I got another
Thank you.
one I didn't
I
bring.
agree with
I
that.
did the
Very nice.
iris. I did 2 of them. Well, I just finished one and my son took it away from me, so.
Well, make them give it back.
Yeah,
I love your
easy.
shadows.
Just
I
take
love
a
your
picture before
shadows.
you give anything away.
Yeah.
I have it. I've got 3 kids and they're standing in line. So they take everything I do.
That is really pretty.
But take a picture, and then you can always make prints of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, then I'll just darken this a little more here to hold it down,
Kind of anchor it, yeah.
anchor it. Okay.
I would put more dark on the right bottom.
I couldn't hear it.
I would put more dark on the right bottom.
Yeah, I vote for the one on the left, and I see the frame, the colored inner frame going around in a circle, and if it were a little more like that,
Let me take this off. This isn't there.
okay.
Oh, that's better.
But your mat is a dark kind of bluish green, so if you had a little more bluish green in the lower left, then that might help pull the whole picture together.
It's very good.
Yeah.
In the left over here.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
Or this color.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in the shadow where the shadows are, a
Put
little
some
bit,
blue.
maybe blue-green, and
Yeah.
a little darker.
Yeah.
How about some white highlights?
I haven't even got my name on this one, have I?
Well, you're not done?
Oh, I love it.
Don't sign it till you're done.
Sorry. Okay. This one looks better out of the thing too. So,
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Joan, that's beautiful.
Those irises Sure are is. just fabulous.
I will go home and do this right away.
This is acrylic. And it was done in 1987
Oh, wow.
when I was in college, and I have not been touching art for 30 years. Seriously touching art for 30 years, and I just retired, so I want to go back.
Yay.
That's good.
Yeah, but this is actually one of the exercises at school. Please,
Cool.
could you?
Tell us about it, really.
It is a still light. The professor will put it there and put the light all over the place, and we all walk around and choose a spot that we want to look at and paint. So we have students looking at the same still life from different angles, and I chose this one. So it was interesting, but it doesn't look like flat to you because it doesn't come out. It's like a background.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not seem to have a focus as such. If I see any focus, it probably is just this bit and this bit.
Right.
But that's the focus. This is a contrast. I did it deliberately. I purposely not finish this part because that's the style that the professor liked. That you have one part, you just let it go. Another, you just work on it. And it took a long time to finish this piece.
That's a lot there.
And it's acrylic?
It's like a long time, 1 hour per inch.
Yeah.
I like your
A lot of
shadows.
blending,
I like your shadows in
Yeah,
there.
your shapes are great.
Yeah.
What can I do to improve it?
As I look at the video compared to looking at the painting, I think I see more highlights in the video. So maybe if you were to consider putting maybe some more lights, lighten up some of the lightest spots with a little bit more lightness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or just get a light that shines like that, so they can.
Yes.
You were saying in my kitchen.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting. Okay, done with this.
Yeah. Does she need the whiteboard?
I probably don't need
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to turn it because of the gloss. It's going to reflect on the so.
That's really pretty.
See, before I did watercolor, I did Chinese ink painting. So the Chinese ink painting is very abstract. It's just a splash, and it tells a lot of things in that one splash. So I was pretty much influenced by that kind of painting. Simple, but tells more. So this is pretty simple. Oh, there's a water here. Oops. Let me have a piece of
Maybe
water.
Joan's fountain started spurting water.
Oh, this is sticky, so probably some kind of syrup. I'll wash it away. But that's okay. So this is done in Middletown. In Middletown. It was 1989.
Wow.
After I come out from college, then I just went to the community place to learn how to do watercolor.
That is pretty.
Yeah.
Very nice composition, and
That was so pretty.
the mat is really perfect for it.
Yeah.
You've got the high contrast on the left, and the flowers just kind of go into this larger space.
Yeah.
So,
And I like the way you did the vase.
Yeah.
I would contrast the vase a little bit with either a little bit more color in it or more contrast of dark and light and
Yeah.
a little bit of color,
Right.
some green.
I agree with you because when you look at the picture, it's kind of weak, whimsy. It's kind of whimsy. But this one looks richer than the picture.
Yes.
When
Yes.
compared to the other previous
Yeah,
one, it's the
yeah.
other way around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I
it
think
is very interesting. When
Here the
you-
picture is much better than what you see on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is also one of the exercises, not really serious piece. It's
Well, I'm excited, you are now gonna paint while you retire.
Yes.
I know.
And I think you've got some high potential here.
And this is I did it in Salinas in 1990.
Wow.
This is an artichoke, and this is a still life.
Yes, I know.
The professor will put a still life, so we just did that. And I bought this back. I lost this piece in college, and then they kept it for 10 years. And they framed it and put it on auction. I went to the auction, I found it. It's still with my maiden name.
And this is watercolor as well.
It's watercolor. So I bought it back. I paid for my own painting.
That's pretty.
So,
Very nice.
critique.
I like the two tones of
Yes.
the one on the right versus the one on the left. They're obviously two different plants. They're not just all one big plant. And so it creates a nice set of interest, and I like the subtle colors within within it.
The purples, the violets and the purples are really, really nice.
Yeah.
I'd like a little shadow in there.
Yeah.
There is the process of this one is very long, even though the smallest, because the teacher will have us use an ink pen to draw it first, and then we use whatever other color, color pencil to do it, a sketch. Then after that, we started to put onto the real paint. So it was a long process to put this one small piece together. A lot of energy put into that.
The colors are beautiful. The blending of the colors is gorgeous. But yeah, if you put a shadow, because right now it looks like they're floating.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like floating, you're right.
But it's beautiful.
Sure is.
Floating artichokes.
Floating artichoke.
What is it?
Floating artichokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good title for it.
It's in its wings.
Yeah.
Very nice, honey, very nice.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
They're all nice, yeah.
This was done in 2015, and I had just taken a seminar about Zentangle, and so you see quite a few Zentangle patterns in there.
Is that a pen and ink?
Yes, it's pen and ink, and this is a photograph of it, and from a print that I made. Okay, and as you can tell, it's the Madonna, and the idea was that she is holding the planet Earth in her hands, and holding it to her heart. And around her head are the other planets. I wanted to have different variations because this one is the same but colored in. It's less clear than the black and white, but well, that's the way it is. It reminds me a little bit of one of those rosettas in some cathedrals.
Yes.
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 Because it's in the form of a mandala. And on the edge you have flames like you have on the sun.
Yeah.
Colored pencil and markers.
Oh.
Yes. And I had to take markers because the print was on a photographic paper, and so not everything would stay on it.
Yeah.
And then I went over it again with lines, and to emphasize the lines and the shapes. The version is now hanging in Seaside.
Yay.
Oh,
Yes.
yay.
So the